Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone who's joined us from remote and outer students. Congratulations for being on A2SV G7 education. We're so happy to have you here. We have people joining remotely. Remotely, as half of our staff is in Ethiopia and half of us is here. So thank you for coming, all of you guys, and thank you for joining us. All right. So once again, congratulations all of our students who are accepted on the G7 A2SV education. We're so excited to have you here. And we have half of our staff here remotely and half of us are here. So in this weekly meetings, we normally talk about our personal needs, our weekly updates from A2SV as well as the startup standard. So this time is different because you guys are with us and we also have an ALCA education kickoff. So for those of you who are remotely, these are the people who got accepted for A2SV G7 education. So today's agenda will be starting with our personal needs, and then we will go to the ALCA education kickoff, and then we're going to have the organizational updates, education updates, career updates, and other important announcements. So we're going to start with our personal needs. So normally personal needs go, I may start about my personal need, and then I'm going to nominate another person to share me with their personal need, and then that other person is going to nominate another person to share their personal need. So maybe I can start. So this week, personal needs, I think I haven't been doing that for a while, but I did this week, so that's what I consider personal needs. So let me nominate from one of you guys and share. So you can start by introducing your names. My name is Nardos, and I'm the social media manager of Actors.
Well, we present and good afternoon, everyone. As see a lot of familiar faces. Yes. As you know, I'm just by the name Sheza Emen. Yeah, basically the end of the name of the statement. But it's, I did have a lot of stuff in the side that I was some weight. So,
Nominate.
yes, yes, yes.
My name is this week I'm going to see this program A2SV and I did feel like being I did I don't know the projects that I was working on and I did do like two exams.
This is all. Hip hop musician. One of my personal dispute is that I finished five course in the exam. Also, another in my name is Emmanuel Together, and I'm happy to be here with this. I just for myself every time this is I completed my project for the job because there's really I think because of this is this already just okay and my dad of my always was that I got selected also in A2SV and I finished my course on Foucault about just thank you. That was our initiation from one of my personal cases. Hello, yeah, my name is Initiation from one of my personal cases that I got selected in this program. And I did reading my Bible and I did blessing. So good afternoon all. Okay, thank you. Oh, I'm also Josh. Just call me Josh. My name is a bit complicated. So my personal win this week, I have only two. The first one I successfully joined A2SV this week. Actually, today is my first day, and also complete this project setup today. So, I can minute.
My name is Hamid. For me, this week I just started reading a book a long time ago, so that was great for me. And the other one is I started working out, so I think I'm just building my body, not only my mental. That's all from my side. Amen.
My name is Amir Atinti. My personal dreams in this week is I don't really remember any personal dreams. I just being normal. I don't have any.
close to your mouth.
Okay. Is it okay? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, the same. So I started reading some books. There is nothing else. Thank you. Stan.
Do you want? Sure. Okay, thank you everyone who shared us their personal wins. Remote people, can you guys hear us? Is it audible? Yosef? Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. Just okay, thank you. So we can move to the next one. So we're going straight to the kickoff, and we're going to start with the opening speech, which will be given by Emre. So Emre, please.
All right. Thank you very much, Steve. First off, I want to welcome and congratulate these amazing folks from AUCA, our first partner school in Rwanda. And for people who don't know, what is the process to be selected to get a seat at A2SV? It is not easy. First off, you need to be in one of our partner schools for in-person education. And in Ethiopia, we have 3 partner schools at the moment, and in Rwanda 2, in Ghana 1. And due to some financial constraints, we had to pause education in Ghana for this year in person. So we moved those people to remote education. And in-person education is going to take place in 5 universities. So congratulations for being in the right place at the right time and not missing this opportunity. Because what I have seen in the previous generations, those people who joined A2SV with other like-minded, great, some of the brightest minds of the continent, they inspired each other. They took a task which is not easy to accomplish, starting with high potential in a university in Africa and getting to the level of top tech companies. So we have some people in our room which are already there. In terms of their communication skills, data structures, algorithm skills, technical skills, instead of going top tech, they decided to stay here and give what they have back to you, so that you are going to reach to the same level and hopefully exceed that level and do great things for the future generations of technologists in the continent. So I want to model this as like a flag race. Have you guys seen that in the Olympiads? I don't know what they call in English, but they carry a flag. There are usually 4 players, 4 runners at each team. And one person runs, and then they give the flag to the other person. So then the other person starts running. So A2SV journey, in my opinion, is very similar to that. Like we have some great people in our room. Okita, Isahak, which have been part of this beautiful team earlier, as a student, as an instructor, as a developer, and now they are serving at big tech companies, at Bloomberg, at Google, and now we are here. You guys are at the beginning of this journey, and you will see different stages. But one challenges are making us strong. In this life, there is one important principle: no pain, no gain. So set your expectations accordingly. We are going to have fun, but we are also going to feel the challenge because the development is happening only at the borders. So the energy is really great. Thanks for coming, team. Thanks for being part of the beautiful interview process and getting these seats. Today is marking your first day at A2SV, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to our beautiful ship with the rest of the crew. I hope you are going to do great things for yourself, for your family, for your nation, for your continent, and for your planet. We will teach you great skills, some technical skills, some soft skills, and I really hope you are going to use them for the benefit of humanity. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Emily, for the opening speech. Again, welcome back. Welcome and congratulations, all the students. Next, we have experience sharing session, which from former A2SV students, Okita and Isaac. So we're going to start with Isaac first. Isaac, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Isaac?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Marcos, can I say a few words about this handsome gentleman before we get started? So, team, Yisahak was part of this journey since the beginning. We call him Yisahak the Great for a reason. Maybe you can ask him why. So, he was a student in university in Africa like you. And then he took a job at Palantir. And then he came back, trained future generations, worked as head of development, contributed to some of the incubated projects at A2SV. And then he took another job at Google. And currently he is living in London, and definitely one of our best. Personally, I feel privileged to have a chance to know Isaac, not just him, also his family. So there is physical distance, right? Maybe we don't see each other every day, but at the same time, I feel very lucky that Isaac, you are part of our ship. You are inspiring so many young Africans in many ways, and now it would be our pleasure to hear you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Henry, for the kind words. Just I guess to introduce myself, my name is Isaac. I've been in A2SV, I guess, since my 4th year of university, and then I stayed for a few years and took part in it. Now I'm currently a site reliability engineer at Google, so I work in Google Cloud as a site reliability engineer. I think one of the main things I wanted to say about A2SV is the fact that by being part of that program, I was introduced to new potentials, as in goals that I didn't think I would have earlier on became my goals after being a part of A2SV. And I think the biggest impact that I've gotten from it is that change of perspective. The fact that things you didn't think were possible are possible. I invite you all to take part in that and to shift your minds to greater heights. Yeah, those are the words I have. Is there anything else I can answer specifically?
Isaac, could you tell us about your time at A2SV? Briefly, maybe.
Yeah, sounds good. We, like, especially the earlier groups, we were quite a close-knit people, and we formed friendships, and we've spent a lot of time together, and like those friendships still stayed for a lot of cases as well. So that's one of the highlights of my time in A2SV. And in addition to that, the learnings that, like the lessons that we took with data structures and algorithms, these weren't actually new topics that we were introduced to per se, because these were part of our university programs, but they were never as well explained or as dived into as we did in A2SV. And it was a very practical lesson as well. So we worked on contests, we worked on problem solving with each other. Like we spent some time on LeetCode and all of the other tools. There was also a multifaceted aspect to it, where it wasn't just focused on problem solving experience. It was also learning on communication skills, learning on working on project development as well. That came later in time. But also even the fun times that we used to have, like we used to take trips pretty much every year. There was almost a yearly 1G trip that was going on at the time, so that was something that stands out. But yeah, I'd say it's a very involved process, and it kind of was a big part of my life, at least when I was spending a lot of time there.
Okay, Zach, thank you so much for sharing your experience about A2SV and what it meant for you and the time you spent there. So next, we have another person, Okita Ogai from Bloomberg. Okita, are you here?
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can. Emre, do you have an introduction for Okita?
Okay. My name is Okita Ongaye, and I'm a graduate from Addis Ababa Science and Technology University. I joined A2SV in my fourth year of university, and I stayed there for 3 years. 1 year as a student, 1 year as a second year student, also part-time product manager, and my third year was as a full-time software engineer and a product manager as well. So I think it's been quite a good ride for me. I've been here and there in different roles, working on one of, I believe, still one of the most important projects called Escalate, which is one thing I'm proud of. And yeah, that's an introduction for me.
Okay, can you tell us your time at A2SV?
My time at UTSP,
Yeah, hi, how was it? What was the experience like for you?
I think a mix of everything, I guess. So it was very challenging at times, 'cause especially I think there is a word that Emre uses, which is magic happens during the camps, and they really do, because they really do challenge you, because you have to stay from 9 to 6 every day for 5 days, and you're still spending time during the weekends working on problems. And I think when you're starting off the camps, it was challenging, and one aspect is you grow through challenge. So one is challenging and it will help you grow. The second aspect is it's fun, because usually you'd have uh, fun times when the campaigns during the time when you're working with your friends during the pair programming sessions, during the moonwalks. Those sessions um, are really fun for me, and they're parts where I grow in the soft skills. So that's the other side. The third aspect is for, I think, all of my friends, I can say most of my friends are from A2SV. So I think that's where I built my actual friends that I still stay contact with, I still keep in touch with, and you build your own family friends, and everything else. So I think if I have something to ask for someone, the first people I would ask are the A2SV friends that I know at my A2SV time. So I think it's a mix of everything that helps you to grow as a person and as a professional. That was my experience at A2SV.
Okay, thank you, Okita, for sharing us your experience. Okay, so okay, I think by now you have some glimpse of what it feels like to be at your screen. So, as a conclusion, we're going to hear some things from our head of academy, Mikias Elka.
Hello.
Okay. So what I wanted to say is thank you guys for coming here. Starting from the first thing when we came to Rwanda, we wanted to actually have a bright-minded people like you, so that we can actually have a successful people at the end, right? And we had a lot of work, especially for the interviews. We had a different filtration process, and you guys stood out, and you are here today, which is really amazing. And this is going to be only the start of our journey, right? And for most of you guys, we had a lot of good reviews from your interviewers, not only in the essay, but in your aspirations. And this is exactly what we want. So, yeah, I think I needed to start by introducing my name. My name is Mikias Tigros. I'm the head of academy for Diversity 7 in-person education in Rwanda in two universities. One, of course, APA, and the other one, University of Rwanda. And to tell you a little about myself, I started physical education at G5, generation 5, and then on G6 I became head of education, and then now at G7 I'm head of academy, which is a good privilege. And we have a lot of good kids here that are going to help us, achieve what we wanted to do. So we have Barakat, one of our head of education. If you can believe it, she was my head, she was my teacher, and she has a lot of experience. We also have Abdul Hamid and Amir. They are also part of the projects. Abdul Hamid is part of the project, and Amir is part of Skillbridge. But since they have the passion to help people like you, right? Since a lot of people do the same to us, we are trying to contribute to all of you guys. So this is what I wanted to say. This is what I wanted to say. And if you guys have any kind of questions, if you know, we have created a WhatsApp group for you, and you can ask there. And most of the time, students reply for each other, right? When one person asks a question, another person that knows the answer asks the questions. But if you have different kind of questions, you can reach out to us and we can talk about it. So this is what I wanted to say. And again, thank you guys for coming today.
Okay, thank you so much, Mikias. So next, we're going to have our organizational update. This is an update about our organization, which will be presented by our CEO, Emre. It's basically a summary of what happened in the week. So Emre, please come and present your organizational update.
Thank you, Nardos. So before I start, I also want to mention a little bit about Okita, because I had the chance to talk about Isaac, who is definitely an amazing member of A2SV. And likewise, I want to tell a bit about Okita too. Because like Isaac, Okita got the A2SV education and then served at different roles. Lastly, he was product management for Project Escalate, which is one of our key projects because it opens new opportunities for A2SVs. And he had amazing communication skills. He was very responsible. He knew how to approach the people, how to arrange things. and obviously we are deeply missing Okita. So I really hope in the future, in different ways, Okita will continue contributing to Africa. And now he's getting a great experience in London. So thank you very much, Okita. Like Isahak, I also definitely want to underline the great contributions you have done to our organization. Thanks for being with us. Yes. So when we take a look at the organizational updates, the wins of the week. So we had a great Giving Tuesday campaign. In terms of total donations, we have raised, maybe it's not what we were looking for. At the same time, we did a campaign that we didn't do last week. So we are learning. Dr. Andrew is also here, who is our head of fundraising and development. Like he can tell us more in the future why such things are taking time. Like being a reputable NGO, having a strong donor base, it doesn't happen in one day. And one thing I can tell, we definitely took right steps in the right direction. I especially want to congratulate our social media members, Nardos and Maria, because they did a fantastic job producing a lot of videos and posts in a short amount of time. And especially Monday and Tuesday, like while the Giving Tuesday was happening, they put definitely great effort. And personally, I really liked the videos that are produced. So team, please join me, giving a round of applause to our great members. Next. So we hit our first promotion in University of Rwanda. And our members, please don't get it wrong, but there are so many amazing people in University of Rwanda too. So you are great. I love the energy here. I actually love the energy in University of Rwanda as well. We had a chance to meet level 1 people this time. They are at the beginning of their journey. So we didn't run the interviews yet. Like you guys are A2SVs. They are candidates. But it was really nice to meet some young technologists and hear about their dreams, tell them about our program. I really enjoyed the event, and we will hear more from our Rwanda Education Squads about the details. So about our incorporation. So relatively speaking, this was a busy week, so we couldn't complete this week. I am sorry, this is on me. But really guys, like I had extensive hours of work, but there were some other stuff. Over the weekend, I will finalize the documents, and by Monday, we will make our application. Next, lobby, meeting room, and outside branding work is going on. So outside branding work, now they are connected to smart watches. So we don't have to come, turn on, turn off, which we were doing manually for about a month. This is a huge relief. And the meeting room, finally, I see some movement there. They are going to make it ready soon as well. Sorry for the repeated item. It's just a mistake. I will be removing that. So in terms of the offers for core dev, well, I'm so grateful for this one. Obviously, first I want to thank to our great one-man team HR, David. So it wasn't easy to run the whole process. There were many candidates, many open positions, many tracks, but eventually we were able to conclude all the interviews and get the full picture. So we hit the first and second round of conversations. Maybe we will hear the statistics soon when they is providing the HR updates. But one good news I can tell, great people are joining A2SV. And we even have one of them here. We will get there shortly. And number 2, people really love our mission. Like, thanks God, all the conversations went well, and all the candidates we have talked are joining A2SV. So I was very happy to see the conclusion, and I'm grateful for the team's hard work to run these interviews, making the process this smooth and bringing beautiful people to our organization. Next, launch rehearsals. Well, we have some visitors. We do presentations to them, so we are getting better at what we do, obviously. But we will be continuing doing them because we really want to ace it when the launch event is happening. Our education kickoff is already happening. This is another great for the week. And Biruk's arrival, our head of design squad, UI UX squad, at this time, let's see, what is the time now? He's about to land in 2 minutes. So his flight is landing in 2 minutes, and he's going to be here with us in a few hours. And for our Ethiopian folks, he is bringing 5 kilo of tape. More injuries loaded. Now we take a look at the plans for the next week. Hopefully we are going to finish our incorporation in Rwanda. And the branding work, especially for the lobby and meeting room, is going to continue. And launch planning. So given the timeline, realistically speaking, to have strong attendance, we are thinking of pushing the launch to January. As you know, after December 15th, it's the holiday season. Christmas is coming, New Year is coming, especially for government workers. They are going to be on vacation or at the very least on some duty starting the end of next week. Like even when I had a conversation with the Turkish ambassador, he's going to be flying to Turkey on next Friday. He's not going to be around for 1 month. And I know that he's not an exception. There are other government workers which are following similar schedules. In that regard, we want to have a strong presence in our launch event. Therefore, we want to do this after people come back from the holidays. But this doesn't mean that we are not going to push hard to make our products as beautiful as possible. Yes, the time is going to help, but we also know that there is a lot to do to make it strong impression. And on Wednesday, we are going to have our promotion part 2 for University of Rwanda, L2, L3, and L4 students. Because we had a chance to meet the first year students, and other students are still waiting to hear about A2SV. And that session is going to take place on Wednesday. And coordinating how many candidates left? Do we have 2 people to talk? Only 2 people. Like more than maybe about 90% of the conversations are completed. So for those 2 people who weren't available this week, we are going to conclude those conversations by Monday. And this round of IRIC will be officially completed. And impact reports. Yes, we have been working on it for a long time, and next week this is going to come out. And last but not least, we want to finalize the relocation plans for folks who are going to come to Rwanda in the month of December. So we have 3 rated members at the moment that we are having the conversations to finalize the dates. And hopefully that will also be taking place next week. Thank you very much, team. Any questions, any points you want to raise? If not, others.
Okay, thank you so much, Emre, for the organizational updates. Next, we have human resource updates, and it will be presented by our human resource manager, David.
Hello, everyone. For this week, I think we only left is one social media position left. We always conduct oral interviews, and hopefully by next week we will have new additions for social media as well. And the other thing is there is some we have on operational schema for the as well as one squad. So Emre was the one who pointed out the errors, so I managed to update and make sure it's updated. The other one is, as we posted on 2 or 3 weeks ago, daily plan and then daily plan rules. So I managed to review the past 3 or 4 weeks plan, and I managed to finalize that. The next one is finalizing the quarterly interview. We have around 400 applicants from that. 200 of them actually finalized the exam and submit their results on time. From there, around 30 or 45% of the applicants get a chance to pass the next stage. From there, we managed to select 21 or 22 applicants. And finally, we select 8 candidates who are qualified for the position, and we get the chance to hire. The plan for next week, we are planning to contract the operation as well as Intel and finalize the hiring process. And since it's going to be on 5th of December, I managed to finalize employee daily plan audits. And The last one is my social media interview and manage to finalize the whole social media as well as corporate interview. And we have a new member. Jose. He's gonna be part of skill immediately and he's backend. So we have a link slide of that. Thank you everyone. If you have any questions or any comments, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dave, for the updates on human resource. Next, we have finance update, and it will be presented by David.
Hi everyone, my name is David Akisi. I'm the head of finance at A2SV. So I'm going to present you this week's update and next week's plan. So for this week, we continued presenting daily reports for our leaders. So the next one is we continued paying salary for our employees. The next one is weekly ground operation projections. We also continued that, and we are planning to finalize that today. So the next one is we have prepared and finalized financial reports to A2SV board members. So it's going to be reviewed by Embrace hopefully. So the list the last one of the list. Payroll A2SV payroll structure. So A2SV payroll structure is ongoing. So having structured payroll is going to be finalized maybe in the next week. So when it comes to plans, so for the plans, we're going to continue on presenting our daily reports on operation daily reports. So the next one, A2SV payroll structure is going to be finalized next week. The last one is going to be monthly salary for our employees, because the end of the salary date is coming, so we have to calculate do the calculation for our employees. Some of their there are some things that we need to calculate, for example, daily plans, and that can evaluate their what they do. So we're going to calculate that, and then we try to finalize their salary structure. If you have any questions, thank you very much. And from the industry.
Okay, thank you, Dave, for the updates on finance. Next, we have marketing updates, and I'll be presenting it. But before I start with the updates, so in A2SV, we don't only have the social medias of A2SV, but we have the social medias under A2SV. The startups that are under A2SV, we have the social medias of them, but I don't think you guys are familiar with them, so I'm going to be sending their links on the Alpha group. So please, all of you guys, go and follow so that you get to experience them as well. Okay, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to start presenting the marketing updates. So this week for A2SV, we had Monday motivation for the A2SV community, and we had Emery's and the team's Thanksgiving video, and then we also had Amanuel's success story and Okita's success story posted for A2SV. Next, we have adults. For adults, we've posted the follow-up post from the quiz, which is an Amharic educational carousel for placenta separation. And we'll be posting the iOS version updated features after this meeting. We have few modifications to make, and after that we'll be posting it. Next we have done. So we've posted a coming soon promotion, and we haven't been posting online for a while, but we're starting to become active right now. Next we have AfroChat. Also AfroChat, we'll be posting it after this meeting. We have a few modifications to make. After that we'll be posting AfroChat. And the same for Skillbridge. We'll be promoting tomorrow's contest. So we're done with the design, but we have a few comments. So after notification, we'll be posting that. And for Akil, we've posted a job opportunity post. So for next week, we have a plan of posting Monday motivation. We'll also be posting, actually, we might post this tonight, the University of Rwanda opening ceremony. And we're also planning to have an office training video for next week, and we'll start the video production for the live in A2SV for the grand opening, which will be displayed in between the presentations of education and coding presentations. Next we have Akil. For Akil, we're having a video for the platform testimony. We're currently done with the script, and we're going to start the video production, and we're going to finalize it next week. And for others, we'll be having a newsletter post, and for them, we're going to have another platform promotion post, and for AfroChat, we'll have a promotion from speech to text and text to speech platform promotion. So this is the marketing updates. Have you guys followed the accounts? Did you get it? Okay, while you're doing that, we can move to the next part of the presentation, which is Ethiopian education updates, and it will be presented by Bernamis.
All right, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Nardi. Hello, everyone. My name is Bernabass Mulgeta. I'm head of academy for Ethiopia in-person education, and I'm going to be giving weekly updates for the Ethiopian education sector. We have made significant progress this week on our Generation 6 and Generation 7 tracks. So as I said, I want to walk you through our wins, our current status, and our plans for next week. Let's start with the wins and work in progress that we have. First, regarding the first round of internal interviews, we have completed this round with a 90% pass rate. I was personally one of the interviewers during this round, and although we interviewed a small group of candidates, their performance was really exceptional. It was a proud moment for all of us because it really showed numerically that our education program is really paying off. And for the few candidates who did not pass, we haven't given up on them, obviously. We have provided them with important feedbacks after the conclusion of our interviews and given them some extra preparation time so they can prepare to test themselves again in the upcoming rounds. Second, we have finalized the Generation 7 applicant screening. We have completed the round 2 application reviews and have sent out all acceptance and rejection emails. And regarding this process, there is something important that I want to address here. We have had many applicants reaching out either via our Telegram channels or emails asking why they did not pass, even though they met some of our minimum requirements. And I want to say the reality of this process is very high competitive. For example, for Ethiopia's in-person education, we had more than 800 applicants and many candidates exceeded the minimum requirements. So meeting the cutoff points did not automatically guarantee moving to the next stage. And we had to evaluate overall performance relative to the entire competitive applicant pool. And I want to say this for our applicants who were not able to continue with us. But even though this may seem a little bit disappointing, we want to emphasize that this is not going to be the end of our applicants' journey with A2SV. And throughout there, we are going to be offering 2 conversion seasons where applicants like Generation 7 students are going to be reapplying. Even though the interviews during these seasons are going to be a little bit more challenging, exceptional candidates who demonstrate goals and improved skills are going to be joining our program. And I want to officially invite all of our applicants to our official community channels, either on Telegram or WhatsApp, to take advantage of our community education resources. And next, the update that we have is regarding Generation 7 intake interviews. We are currently 60% complete with this first round, and the majority of the remaining interviews are scheduled for today and tomorrow. And we are pushing hard, and we're also on track to hit our planned numbers for this first round by the end of tomorrow. And yet, we have already started reaching out to successful candidates today to inform them the process and say that's their preferred interview dates. And we'll try to finalize this outreach by tomorrow. And for any applicant listening or waiting, if you have not been contacted yet, I want to say, please be patient. You are going to be hearing from us very soon. Now that we are done with our update, I think we can go to our plans that we have for next week. The first plan that we have is regarding the second round of G7 Tech interviews. We are launching the second round immediately, starting from the first day of next week. And I want to highlight that this is going to be the final round of interviews. And our goal is going to be to move quickly and complete this process by the end of next week. And the other plan that we have is regarding our lecture seasonal planning. Because the Generation 7 education program is going to launch very soon, we are planning to get a little bit specific. After we are done with the high-level planning, we are trying to fix some of the ground details, and we are going to be looking in the specific dates and lecture hours that we need to set to ensure everything is ready for the start date. And finally, the other plan that we have is Head of Education Intern Screening. And as you might have known, we have posted an application for Head of Education Interns for all 3 schools that we have in Ethiopia. And we are going to be closing that application deadline by the end of next week. And after we do that, we are going to be immediately beginning the screening and selection process of our Head of Education Interns for the next generation. This is the update and plan that we have from Ethiopia's in-person education side. If you guys have any question, feel free to raise it. Thank you.
Okay. If there are no questions, thank you very much for the updates on Ethiopian education. Next, we have remote education updates, and it will be presented by Noah.
Okay, thank you, Nordos. Hello, everyone. I'm Nahom Amara. I'm head of academy for remote education, and I'll be giving updates for G6 and G5 remote education, both our wins and our plans. So let me get started. So on G6 education side, we have continued our weekly task, which is running the project phase learning track. So the students have been going through their assigned resources, have been completing tasks. So at the moment, we have 3 tracks that are running in parallel, backend, web, and mobile. The progress on all of the 3 tracks looks great, but I want to give a shout out to our web track. Their students are progressing much better than the other tracks. So yeah, that's an update in relation with the project phase learning track. And most of our other updates are related with G7 interviews, essentially. So this week we planned or prepared 70 interviews. And with the help of the core dev team, we were able to schedule and conduct or at least confirm an interview for around 40% of our prepared interviews. Interviews are still running, so scheduled for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're still using weekdays to conduct interviews, and we believe the numbers are going to go up in the coming days as well. In addition to that, we have been running G7 contest interview sessions. So what we did for remote education was, due to the sheer number of applications that we had to prepare 2 tracks to process our applicants. So some applicants get direct interviews. Those were what we were conducting on this week, on week 2 of interviews. And we have started rolling out contests for the remaining applicants. So the first round of contest has been held on Thursday. It was held successfully. And then we have 2 more planned for today, which is going to happen 8 p.m. tonight, and another one for Saturday. So we'll be running these contests to identify our next round of interviews. And then the merger contest that happens weekly, along with or together with the in-person education, has been conducted successfully. There was an improvement in attendance and performance on the remote education side, which we counted as a win. Furthermore, we had continued to conduct one-on-ones for our students. At the moment, 60% of the one-on-ones have been completed. The deadline for this task is by the end of this week. So we plan to get the numbers north of 80%, and we are confident that we'll get it there. So those were updates for G6. Now let me go over updates for G5, remote education, more specifically the BADAR project. So the updates are divided based on the tracks that are working on that project. So let me start with mobile. So they have finalized working on the onboarding flows and backend API or endpoint integration for the mobile team. The backend team have started and finalized working on product endpoint and product review endpoints, and they have added tests for those. On the web, they have finalized authentication. There were some bugs on the authentication side, so that has been finalized and merged. And they have also completed the backend integration. We have given updates about the backend being deployed, and the teams that they will be working on integration. So that is the finalization of these tasks. And then we have great updates. So our team, or the team that is working on the BADR project, now their role will be updated. So they will take a part-time role as interns, and the project would be treated as one of the projects in A2SV. So basically there's a role update. So they're no longer students, but that's part-time interns working on one of the projects in A2SV. So the transition is currently ongoing. So some of the questions that the students had has been addressed. So that is another update that I wanted to share. So there are some tasks that are currently in progress. The mobile team have continued working on the homepage and other UI UX related tasks, which involve with basically updating the UI, updating some pages to make sure that they are as good as they can be. And then the backend, they are focusing on writing tests for some of the user functions in the user's feature. And the web team, they are focusing on they have continued working on the UI UX track. We have also given an update on this. All track members are going through tasks that will help them understand UI UX tasks better. So they will be working on UI UX updates. So this is what this update is about. So when we come to the plans, when we start from the G6 education side, we're going to be continuing working on our project with learning track sessions. They're going to continue as planned. But more importantly, we will be finalizing the contest assessment. So we'll be running these 3 contests and then finalize. Based on their performance on those assessments, people will be picked for week 3 of interviews, and we'll be focusing on conducting those interviews. And with that, finalizing the interviews for G7. And of course, we'll be conducting our weekly contest that happens weekly on Saturday. When we come to BADR, they have planned to update how they manage their tasks. So previously, they were using GitHub projects for task management. Now they are going to be using IMCI and— basically they're going to be using their documentation to to help them with task tracking, essentially. So they'll be moving from GitHub projects. Mobile and web, they'll be continuing with the UI UX track. So they're basically going over resources and tasks that will help them to understand and work with UI UX tasks better, and they'll be applying that to redesign their pages, their respective pages, essentially. Backend, they will be adding add product and updates. So add product and update and review endpoints, and then they will be writing tests for the role repository, and then all these changes will be deployed. In addition to that, they will be also continuing with their UI UX tasks, since all the track members are expected to go over this track, essentially. So those are plans and updates for both G6, G5, and of course now like G7 education from remote education side. If there are any questions, please feel free.
Okay. If there are no questions, thank you now for the updates on remote education. Next, we have Rwanda education updates, and it will be presented by Mukia. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Marcus. I'm going to give you guys the updates regarding G7 education, both the wins and the plans that we have. So the first one is for AUCA. We have finished grading their applications, and we're actually coming up with the stats for the whole G7 education AUCA process. So the first one is the total number of applicants we have from AUCA is 204, and out of those 204 people, if you remember, you guys had to solve 15 questions to be eligible for the interviews, right? The number of eligible people that we got was 88 people, and from those 88 people, we've managed to reach out to all of them. Of course, you guys booked the interviews and passed the interviews, but 8 of them didn't even book the interviews, so 88 were eligible, but we only interviewed 8 people, and out of those 8 people, the people that managed to pass were 49. So this is the stat that we have from AUCA. The other one is the lectures scenario planning for AUCA. So to start the education phases, we need to plan how everything is going to be for at least a few education phases, right? You guys remember the education phases from the college, right? And actually, we have planned the whole seasons for the 3 education phases up until the second education phase, and it have been finished. The other one is we've managed to have a meeting with Prince that was the representative from AUCA, and we have shared the seasonal planning so that it's not going to be a conflict with you guys' schedules, and we have gotten the green light, and we are going with our seasonal planning. And the other one is we've managed to send out emails for people that took the interview. So for people that passed the interview, of course, acceptance mail was shared. And for people that couldn't manage to pass the interviews, we will also send out the corresponding emails. And finally, we were planning for today's kickoffs. We were initially planning to come to the campus and have our kickoffs there, but Imre had a good idea to bring you guys to the kickoff so that it's going to be merged together, so that our office and meet some of the other participants that we have here, so we can actually mark this as done. And the other one is we had A2SV promotion session at UR. Of course, Imre was explaining it earlier. We were dividing it into 2 different sessions. The first one was for people that just joined the university. We needed to have 2 different kinds of sessions, not to complicate things. So we managed to have the first promotion session on Wednesday, and it was very successful. The other one was one thing I liked about you guys was you guys were very proactive. So when we sent out the emails to remind you guys to solve the problems, especially the 15 questions. You guys were very proactive. Even the availability form, I was, very amazed because most of you guys have filled it, right away, which is really nice. And of course, for University of Rwanda students, we have been sending emails to remind them to solve more problems so that they can be eligible and be in the interviews. And the other one is the University of Rwanda application status. As of now, we have 72 people that have registered.